time he was going to walk. So both gone ballistic.
Oh well, we're live now, actually, guys.
No intro.
No intro. I don't know why. It's just started the stream live, so yeah, I can see people are starting to come in now. I don't know why the intro hasn't started. It's one of those things.
I love technical.
Did you preload the intro at the start? Because like you often do it at the start. That's what I often do, but I'm not too sure.
Who knows?
Should we sing the music? Do 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 do. Welcome to the Archers. Actually, no one's possibly old enough to remember that anyway.
I know a little bit because when my dad watched it, so I know a little bit of that. So.
Yeah, we've just lost some people, Rich, because you did the Archers.
Yeah.
So thanks for that, Rich.
I thought they
made the numbers plummet.
They thought they were listening to the radio in the 1960s.
That's probably true, mate. So yeah, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Mancunian Way. Technical issues have plagued us since the beginning. I had issues with my mic earlier on that Luke can attest to. Rich was fashionably late. Martin will be in and out, and yes, comments are already saying, "Where's Martin? He's late." He has, in all fairness to him, had a rough night last night. As many of you are, I'm sure, aware that his dad is well, and he's having to kind of look after him a bit more tonight. So he did say he'll keep an eye, he'll join if he can, but in all honesty, I think he deserves the night off. He's been burning the candle at both ends lately. So, yeah. Good evening, though, to the panel. So we've got Luke from Night of My Lifetime's on. Thanks for coming back on, Luke. Much appreciated. Right. And, of course, Rich. Good evening, Rich.
Good
No need
morning.
for introductions than you. Just Rich.
The Vimto Kid.
The Vimto Kid.
Yeah.
That's what you're going with.
Yeah, that's my name. Now, the Vimto Kid.
Oh, yes, you have changed your name on that. I didn't notice. Is there a reason behind that?
I just love Vimto. I think people should sing its praises. And I'm hoping for a life sponsorship from them. You know, one day I'll get noticed. And they'll send me a bottle every 6 months in sponsorship fee.
Like Martin McCosta coffee, innit? Kind of thing. It's like eventually one day it'll happen.
Yeah.
One day.
One day.
One day. We can never but hope, or Martin can hope anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, gentlemen, how are we anyway? Have we all had a good... Because I've not spoke to you guys since Christmas and New Year, so I'm hoping you both had a good one.
Yeah, it did. Very good. Spent with family, had a good time. I mean, obviously when the football's on, it's great, and obviously when you're doing well, and obviously football-wise, we'll get into the City stuff in a bit. But no, it was good. It was a good end to the year. A good start to this one so far. So yeah.
No, I've had a good break. I don't know if I'm feeling very rested and recuperated because there's been a lot of visitors. Been travelling down to Adelaide, Brisbane, Melbourne, etc., watching cricket. So it's been quite busy, but yeah, very good time.
Okay, good. And obviously down under, it's you don't get the winter that we expect in the UK.
It's the height of summer. It's actually we're in a heat wave at the moment. It's going to be about 33 today, but they're threatening over 40 tomorrow. So tomorrow might be hunkering down in the aircon with the blinds closed, but it's certainly the last week has been pretty hot.
Oh, poor Rich. Don't you feel sorry for him, Luke?
Oh, I know.
It just cracks me up. Everyone in Oz is whinging about a heat wave, and everyone in the UK, all my mates, are whinging about a freezing spell.
So, yeah, we're battling down the hatches for the latest storm that's about to hit the UK.
Well, yeah, it hit us just today. Obviously, been raining and flooding everywhere down here. So yeah, not nice.
Lovely.
Yeah, one of the people who works for me has just had to evacuate the house because in Melbourne it's over 40 degrees and they live up in the mountains. And they just said it's windy, the bushfire risk is too high, so evacuating, various communities because the risk of fire is too high. So it's almost the complete opposite.
Oh, Arsenal got another injury to a player now, but yeah.
And we have another late join, Ed. Good evening, mate.
Big up, Ed. If you can hear us.
Big up. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, all good, man.
Yeah, I can hear you, mate.
All good.
Good. Well, last night, let's get into it. We've avoided it long enough.
Yeah. Didn't lose, by the way. We drew.
Yeah, I know, Luke. I mean, I said just before we started, even though we drew, it was a bit of a gut punch, wasn't it, really? It felt like a bit of a loss. And it felt that all I've heard in the last, 24 hours is that title's over. We're shit. Just the usual, just meltdowns, and not from everybody, but there's definitely a big online presence that seems to kind of doom and gloom and seems to revel in it. I've seen shows that I will not name, but I've seen them, have their own little meltdowns about, last night and, players that were about to sign that may or may not be good enough, really. And it's just like, oh, don't get me wrong. I mean, I know we get called happy clappers. And I understand why sometimes, because we try to be a little bit more balanced. We try to be a little bit more optimistic, and we remember where we've come from and what we've won, especially in the last decade, and who we've got as a manager. And I mean, Rich could bore us all with the old days. He really could, and he loves to do it. It's brilliant when he does it because.
Don't worry, I'll get Phil Neal and Steve Coppell into the conversation tonight.
I'm sure you will, Rich. I'd expect nothing.
I definitely will. You set my dogs up. I'm gonna have to go and get them in a minute. They're one mention of happy clappers and stuff, and they're out there cheering.
Yeah,
at the neighbours.
Good. But yeah, I mean, obviously, Luke, you're a little bit younger than probably me and Rich. Rich is obviously ancient when it comes to his age and his City knowledge, and just Rich started when St. Mark's started. When City were founded.
Era. I think, I mean, I was 2 or 3 years old when Main Road was the end of Main Road, so I can't really comment. But it doesn't mean I can't sort of look back at it and explore it myself, and and I have done. It'd be great to learn about the history of the club over the last few years and that. But I think if anything, it's my generation obviously our Etihad is what it is, and that's obviously where it is. But it doesn't mean you don't appreciate the history of the club. You know what I mean? So
no, of course not, and that's the thing, isn't it? And again, as Martin says quite a lot of times, this isn't attack against the newer fans, the younger fans, however you want to call them. It's just reality that I mean, I did an Insta show with Tone earlier on today, and we talked a little bit about this, and saying how I think the fans that from that era, who saw the really bad times, a little bit more appreciated of these times, and we've been spoiled as a fan base, really spoiled.
It's partly true, Ozzy, but Alan, he's been
through tougher times
than anyone, and he winches more than any new online supporter. So I had the joy of watching one of the games just after Christmas, the Forest game with Alan, and you could just hear the noises every time the ball went near Nunes. It was hilarious. You could close your eyes and send the ball when the ball was on the right hand side of the City team and stuff, and it's
oh dear,
I just think a little bit. I just think you're setting yourself up for misery if anything other than winning is going to make you miserable, because there's 92 clubs fighting for who's going to be top of the Premier League, who's going to get up there, and we've got a champions this year who spent £500 million, you've got Arsenal who have £250 million plus players in every single position, and are rock solid. And I think and Villa, brilliant side. You got the world champions sitting in eighth. United who are back sitting in seventh. So you've got a hell of a lot of the Saudi billionaires, Newcastle's are up in sixth. So you've got a top eight with magnificent footballers, great teams, and it's hard. And my feeling the last few games, I haven't been devastated by performances. I just think we've been at 90%. Those passes have been a foot off. Haaland's missed chances he wouldn't normally miss. Foden and Cherky have, probably because of fatigue, of just because of injuries, of playing at 90% of their ability. And the difference between being at 100 and being at 90, or being at 90 and being at 80, is drawing games. And it's, I don't know. I think we're it's not last October or something. And I think some of the meltdowns are getting a bit like last October. We've lost drawn, not even lost, one of them, 3 games, one of which was against an unbeaten team at home, one against the world champions, and one, admittedly, probably should have been a bit easier against Brighton. But we had four of our 5 centre backs injured for that game. It's kind of life, and there's things we can do to improve and learn from, but I don't know if it's meltdown worthy.
It's not though. It's not for me. Like I said to you guys before we started streaming, I said for me the frustration is the attack. I think the defense for me, be it Diaz, Vardio, Elaine Hussanov, or Ake, whoever's going to play there, I trust the defense this year. Yeah, we'll concede goal. It's going to happen because the way we play football, you'll concede chances. It's going to happen at some point. You have to accept that's going to happen at some point. Most of the time, I think we'll be all right, but sometimes we won't be all right. It is what it is. But I think the attack, though, is where it's obviously going a bit wrong. I think the fact we haven't got Marmoush available off the bench to give Haaland a rest. I think if Marmoush was around, Haaland would probably on the bench because Brighton. Marmoush probably starting the game. That kind of rotation is needed right now in the squad. And injuries have just cost us right. Well, haven't cost us. Well, we're still unbeaten, but it's frustrating because all the kids all the guys on the bench right now, like big up to them, obviously sort of getting a chance in that, but they're all like young, experienced players that it isn't right to just throw them in the deep end, and because obviously Newcastle obviously in the playoff, I think that obviously Pep trusts a lot more. I can tell you to trust them a lot more, but players like McAdoo, players like the Heskey brothers, that, and obviously Charlie Gray as well. Like these guys are new to the first team. Like you can't just throw them in a deep end and say go and save us. That's not right. Like it's what we got to do is get play back from injury, get play back from AFCON, and just keep trundling along. Eventually, it'll work out. I think it will work out. I think it's just when's it ever right in a season been perfect all the way through? Hasn't ever.
Yeah. No, you make a valid point, Luke. Yeah. I mean, in all honesty, like there's a lot of times at this point of the season where we've been 8 more points behind than that actually, and we've come back and won the league. So you make a valid point. City normally come alive at this part of the season and go on and win, not only the Premier League, but they go on and win other trophies as well. So it's nothing new for us. I think we just have to remember. I mean, for me, I was saying this to Tone earlier, is that we still forget this team is still rebuilding from the team that won the treble. We're still trying to find this new team that will gel together. We've brought in a lot of young new players. You only have to look at the team that was put out, I don't know, a few weeks ago, and it was pretty much a new team, from that treble season. There were only a few like Haaland, Foden, Diaz. The main stage, the rest of the team have massively changed. So I think that is something we also have to remember, is that, yes, I mean, I'm going to say it, we may not win the league this season. I still think we can. But let's just say we don't. I think if we were to finish second, I think that's a massive achievement compared to other clubs at this point where they've lost their big managers and they've lost, some of their big players, and they've fallen back behind and they've had to rebuild. It's taken them a lot longer. Some clubs, not far away across the road have completely fallen apart and are now a Mickey Mouse club. So we're not in a bad position.
Disney could sue you for that. Disney could sue you for that.
They probably could.
I think that's pretty unfair. I think that's pretty unfair on Disney.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I take that back on Disney, but United are a shower of shit. Let's be perfectly honest.
Never ending, like 13 managers in 10 years, is it? Something like that? Or other way around? No. 11.
They're the gift that keeps on giving, Luke. Let's be honest. Yeah. And as long as we can keep on laughing at them, and they're irrelevant, Rich. Thank you, Luke. Then may it continue. Let's just go into the starting lineup then, because obviously we've kind of touched upon some of it and some of the players, but let's remind ourselves. So obviously in net was Donnarumma, Nunes, Kuznov, Max Alanghi, Ake, Nico, David Silva on the right wing.
Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
I wish he was playing David Silva.
Yeah, sorry. Bernardo Silva, Foden, Reinders, Doku, and Haaland. Now, obviously, immediately, I think everyone looked at that last night with Lisa and went, well, hang on a minute. Who's that? Who's that starting at the back? And Max Alanghi was getting his first start from returning from Watford on loan. And, I think everyone was surprised. I don't think anyone saw that coming in some respects. I think some people...
he was called to start. So
I know that, Rich. What I'm saying is that I think a lot of people wouldn't have expected him to start, and I think a lot of him may. I think even people who had uttered that he may be in the game, I think some people would have thought it would have been Ake at centre back and him out maybe on the left wing at the left back. So it was still a bit of a surprise, but it felt that we. It felt like a big change because obviously with Diaz and Joss go out, someone was going to have to come in and fill in. It was a surprise, but at the same time, when you look at the injuries we've got, not so much, but the rest of the squad, was everyone happy with? Was everyone happy with positions and who was starting, who was on the bench?
Yeah, my only worry has been, they're a bit tired. I think there's a few players who I think look a bit tired. I was glad Nick O'Reilly got a rest because he looked absolutely running through treacle towards the end of the Chelsea game. I think Nunes is looking a bit fatigued. Obviously, the centre backs have started to go down injured. Foden to me looks like he needs a rest. I almost thought we might rest Foden and play Cherky. Not that was a form decision, but I just think Foden's played 90 minutes 8 times in the last 9 games or something. He looks very tired. I think we're just it makes me laugh that we month or two ago, we're having conversations about the squad's too big. We've got all this problem with all these players, and suddenly, it just shows you what football does. And suddenly, a month later, you're playing games, and we're overplaying. 4 or 5 of the team have been overplayed. They look tired, and that started to lead into mistakes and being off it. So, wasn't surprised by Max Alanghi because he'd been brought back from loan specifically to play. He's been playing every game at Watford, been doing really well, and there's no way we'd have brought him back unless he was going to actually be playing football for us. And to be fair, I thought him and Kuznov were pretty assured. I thought Elaine did really well. Looked a lot more assured than, for example, when Simpson Puzzi got thrown in at the deep end. And that's probably the fact he's been playing Championship football, which is, a pretty good standard this season. Good to see Kusanov fit, because there were a lot of rumours he was injured after the game against Chelsea, that he was getting treatment after the game. So I was quite worried. Ake's got a dodgy knee. What do we do if Kusanov and Ake are out? We played Nick O'Reilly when he's dead on his feet, and I was wondering whether we'd have to try and play Rodri at centre back. One game into his comeback. Good Nico G's fit. That was a positive. But yeah, we're just lacking rotation at the moment, lacking new things, new ideas, energy, fitness, strength. We badly need 4 or 5 players added to the core, coming back from injury, AFCON, or new signings.
Yeah. Well, you only have to look at the bench last night, and half the bench was kids. Half the bench, and then we're talking about, obviously, the main players. Rodri, as you said, Rich coming back from injury. O'Reilly, really needing a rest. Lewis barely had a game, really. Cherky, again, also a player needing a rest. But again, for me, it was either Foden on the bench or Cherky on the rest. One of them needs a rest. So, and then Trafford, which again, new goalkeeper, played a handful of games for us, but obviously it was always going to be Donnarumma. And then after that, it's academy kids, and none of apart from one, I think, has had a Premier League, has played in the Premier League. So, yeah, I mean, and then we look at the injuries, or the players away at AFCON, Mamouche, Ain't Nori, Stones, and we'll get into Stones, I'm sure, with Pep's comments. Obviously, Josko out. Kovacic, again, a man that some of us have maybe forgot about, that I've said, that I don't think he's going to play for City again, if I'm brutally honest. Bob and Savio. Yeah, that, for any team in the Premier League, that's a hell of a list of players that are injured, away, or, pretty much dead on their feet. So some would say we were lucky to come away with a draw, because you're going up against a Brighton team that have got some very good players. They're a team that in the past has obviously shown us very little respect, and they've really gone for it, and they pretty much did at points last night again. There were times where they went for it, not as much as I thought they were going to. But yeah, it was. Could you say we were lucky to come away with a draw, maybe? Luke?
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying that I'm not trying to put that point across. It's my point. I'm just trying to ask, guys, what do you think? Do we were lucky with everything that I've just said, with the injuries, with the players that need a rest, half the bench full of kids, the players themselves, they're the first 11, a lot of them really needing a rest.
Yeah.
Were we lucky?
I think what it is, right, on another day in these games, right, it could very easily have been 3 wins in a row rather than 3 draws in a row. That, I think what it is, though, you're right. I think we've been unlucky with injuries. Because again, if we had Savio fit, if we had Kovacic fit, if we had players like Guardiola was fit, if we had, I think the defense injuries aren't really what I'm thinking about right now. It's more the ones going forward in midfield I'm looking at. If we had Kovacic fit right now on the bench for a bit of experience for the bench, it'd be ideal. Bernardo Silva, Kovacic, someone who can sit back and control the game with Rodri, and immediately you've got much more control. But I'm not saying Bernardo Silva's bad, by the way. I'm just sort of saying that the kind of option on the bench is brilliant to have in a second half of any game. I just think if we had certain players available to use and rotate with, and even Ain't Nori as well, Marmouche right now, but it'd be ideal. 2 fresh legs and play left back or at the wing, or is it striker or attacking midfield. It just feels like, I think there's an element of being unlucky for sure. I just think that in the game when you watch them back though, as Steve put it, the recent comment here, it's just that it's to finish him. And in the games themselves, Haaland, especially yesterday as well, should have scored more than 1 yesterday. And
he's missed a few in the last 3
Chelsea
games.
as well.
He could,
Chelsea as well, yeah.
on early season form, he'd have scored 6 goals in those 3 games, and he's scored 1. And that happens. Christmas pudding.
People are saying that, Mamouche won't play. As I said before, Mamouche is literally crucial for this team right now because he gives Haaland the rest when we need to rest. So Mamouche can play at striker, and obviously link up with the other players around the field. And therefore, it's why Semenyo is a massive signing because he can actually play all across the front line. That's what we need right now. Just someone who can come in there, who's a different kind of player to have right now, more physical. He's more physical than Bob, Savio, and Doku. He can sort of get in the box on either side. I think he's an X factor that is perfect for us right now. Going into the likes of United away. I mean, this is the thing. Our next game's a derby in the league. That's a massive game, and that's for me. I think it's a must win. If we want to be about winning the league this year, games like Tottenham away, Liverpool away. I'm sorry, but if we want to win the league this year, for me, we have to go to Anfield and win, but with fans.
Yeah.
With not that again. A big up for fast winning 4-1 years ago, but that was with fans on the ground. We've got to end this curse at some point with fans at the ground.
Mm.
You can't keep drawing there or losing there all the time. At some point, you've got to start winning there. So this time has to be time for me.
Yeah, and I think it was a bit, what was a bit sad for us to see, but very happy for Bournemouth, was that Semenyo was getting a 95th minute winner for Bournemouth, and I couldn't help but think in both, especially that Brighton game, that's what we needed. We needed a 95th minute winner.
Shoots as well.
Yeah. He's So just the energy, strength, and everything he'll bring into the team will make a difference. I think we've seen it in recent weeks. I know he's not everyone's favourite, but Semenyo's impacted games coming off the bench. Forest could easily have been a draw, but being able to bring Semenyo on actually changed the last 10-15 minutes of that game. So, not having Semenyo as an option to bring off the bench and change things up in the last 15 minutes makes a difference. So, I think Semenyo changes things day one. He either gives us 2 wingers playing in Doku and Semenyo causing, trouble from both sides, or he gives us someone to come off the bench, be that Doku or him, depending on who starts. So I think, and then Mamouche comes back, and suddenly you've got someone who can come and give Haaland a rest and can score goals and can offer something different, change the game against Brighton or Chelsea. So, we're not far off, but we just need those players on the bench and coming back and letting players rest now. And some shouldn't be. I mean, Mamouche could be back in a week. Semenyo hopefully in, if not for Exeter, for United.
Newcastle.
I think Art Norrie's going to get a few games. I think he's going to be pretty important. Nico looks absolutely knackered, and we might be needing him in other positions. So, I think just in the next week or two, just getting, signings. I suppose Elaine's an addition as well because he looks quality. Just getting 4 or 5 extra bodies in, bit of rest, we will immediately improve.
Yeah, for sure.
Good evening, Martin. Are you there, mate?
Yeah, good evening.
Right, mate.
Carry on.
Yeah, so there's no denying that last night was a sucker punch, and like I said, it definitely does feel like a loss. But for me, the league isn't over. And I know that a lot of people are feeling that it is, that Arsenal are looking like the team that are going to go on and win.
Don't say anything. There's 10 minutes. Let's get the 10 minutes out of the way, and then we can discuss that.
Yeah. I'm avoiding Arsenal right now until the full time.
Avoiding all Arsenal talk. 10 minutes.
No jinxing.
Fair enough.
Not jinxing shit right now.
Let's go on to the game last night then. Let's get
when we get into the moaning bastards. All right, sorry, carry on. There is a Martin rant coming up, by the way. Once I'm on camera, I'm Martin ranting.
Shocker
Yeah.
there.
I'm not holding my tongue anymore. I'm not
Oh,
doing it.
you hold your tongue?
Nah.
No.
Too many people got right up my tit today.
Oh. Well, we all look forward to that. Really, like the
Popcorn ready.
anticipation of that. Yeah, popcorn ready. Not
Popcorn
anyway.
ready. You need a lot more than popcorn.
Oh, that's right. Beers then.
Yeah.
Tiles in the pack of Revels.
Oh, good choice.
Just before you move on, Ozzy, one thing I just want to say. I want everyone to send thoughts and prayers to Alan. Alan's not on the channel at the minute. His mother is very, very ill. So I just want to send thoughts and prayers to Alan. He is struggling at the minute. That's why he's not been on the channel.
Wish all the best.
So thoughts and prayers and everything are with Alan and his family at this time.
Yeah,
definitely. All right. Well, it feels hard to not talk about what's going on. I tell you what, we'll move on to Semenyo, because obviously there was talk last night after the game that that Redknapp had decided to that's Jamie Redknapp had decided to turn around and say, yeah, oh yeah, actually I don't think Semenyo's going to end up at
ITK Redknapp apparently.
Yeah, ITK Redknapp said that he felt that someone was going to come in at the last minute and snatch him away from City. Now obviously that has not happened. And there were a few, and I'm not going to name them. It's other people may want to, but I'm not one here to kind of throw mud or anything like that. But there were a few content creators throughout the day, saying they'd heard news that from Bournemouth side or from Liverpool side or from City side or from the player himself, that he was about to his private plane that was chartered, from the South Coast, that was actually one of City's planes that was actually used, that was actually going to be diverted and landed in Liverpool, and he was on his way there. Wow,
that was so stupid.
That would be a hell of a swoop, wouldn't it? I mean, Jesus. I mean, I'm sorry, but just what are you thinking, some people out there? And then what made it worse for me is that some people were also kind of questioning how good he would be.
Well,
I mean, I'm just going to put this across. Yeah. I'm just going to quickly put this across, and then I'll get you in, Luke, and obviously Richard. But there was one of United's reporters had done when United were being linked, and he kind of done a bit of a deep dive, and he was kind of turning around saying that basically that he felt that Semenyo was pretty much like Sadio Mane when Sadio Mane was at Southampton, and he just turned kind of 25, 26, and he just gone to Liverpool, and he said it really reminded him of Sadio Mane and where he was in his career at that point, at his development point in his career. And I kind of read that and I was like, actually, yeah, I can kind of see where he's coming from. And I thought to myself, if he can get anywhere near to those levels, he can be one hell of a, and I think he's one hell of a player already. And I do think, as Rich was kind of saying before, I do think he can make an immediate impact for us. Not only because we've got injuries, but I really think this guy has got so much talent. And not only that, but I think he is just so wanting to prove that he's ready for that next level, that I think we've got one hell of a player. And I think there are clubs out there, like Arsenal, Liverpool, especially, that are kind of going, we can't believe we've kind of let City win this race. We can't believe. And I think that's why there are certain journalists and certain news reports that come out starting to diss either the move or diss the player himself. And I just think it's quite petty, really. But it's not a surprise because, City are seen as the juggernaut that just keeps on signing these brilliant players. And how dare we? How dare we do this? And yeah. Go on, Luke. You go, and then I'm sure Rich will jump in.
Yeah. See, well, I've actually watched Semenyo for many years now. Like, I watched a lot of the Championship and League One games a lot of the time. So I like EFL, Premier League every now and again. So Semenyo has been a player that, I think, since Bristol City, when he really sort of blew up into a player in the Championship, where he was really thriving. He's played from like National League South, National League, League Two, League One. He's gone for every single division and done really well in each one, be it on loan or playing, obviously. A lot of people just see the name. I think, oh, it's not a big name, Rodrigo and that. But you've seen this even last year when we played Bournemouth at their ground. He's got that brilliant goal where he sort of touched the ball, hell off Stones and Diaz, and absolutely smashed it past Edison. The guy's got the ability to sort of score any kind of goal that you need. And he can play on both sides of the wing, even up front as well. I think people need to realise that he's the kind of player that we need in this team right now. Someone who can play both sides, someone who can sort of get a big goal in a big moment for us. I think, like, I think our wingers right now, like Bob, obviously, not sure where he's going with this window or what's going on with him. Obviously, Doku, obviously, in terms of goals, isn't the greatest of goals, really. They probably should be. And Savio, obviously, same sort of thing. So he's a goal scorer and winger. That's a massive, massive boot. And apparently, what is it, 10 goals in the league? He's third top goal scorer behind, is it Igor Thiago and Haaland? Like,
Yeah,
I think
right.
people are not giving him enough respect because of the name and where he's coming from. The last player who got from Bournemouth was certain Nathan Ake. And look at the way, look how he turned out, I say. Just because he comes from a smaller club, well, Bournemouth, if they're actually a decent club that are doing pretty well in the league most seasons anyway, and especially under a good manager as well. I think what we've got to do is stop worrying about names and start actually, realizing that some players just burst in and get better and better when they actually get to a bigger club. I have a feeling that Semenyo is going to become even better player playing for us, even better than what he is right now. So for me, I'm excited for him. If it is number 42 shirt, if it is that'll be unbelievable. If it is the shirt number he's gone for. I mean, if it isn't, it isn't. But it'd be quite cool to have another African player with number 42 shirt on. Because the last one we had, that's pretty good, to be fair. So, yeah, but I just want to say, like, people who are going on about Semenyo, the guy's a lovely guy as well. He's obviously a great player with a lot of talent as well, playing Bagana. Get behind him because he's a very talented player.
Yeah, I think one of the other things as well that goes on that is to some people, but not all. Again, he hits that homegrown quota because he was trained in the UK, even though he's from Ghana, isn't it?
He's born in London, I think.
But yeah,
he's born and brought up. He's playing for Ghana through ancestry, through parents.
And I think that's why there was a lot of Arsenal links because I think he is an Arsenal fan from all accounts. So I think that's why he was also heavily linked.
I wouldn't mind a goal against Arsenal in home fixture.
Yeah, definitely. So I think I think everyone's happy with the signing. Really, I think I know there are some people, like I said earlier on, calling him is he that good? I think he is that good. I really do. I'm very impressed with him. Everything I've seen him when he's played against us, or when I've just watched, Bournemouth play, I've been very impressed. I think the Bournemouth manager, someone remind me his name.
Areola.
Yeah. Areola, I think his comments on him, the way he plays, he trains, he's just that kind of player who you just would love to have around your squad, regardless of his talents. He just seems a very down to earth, humble guy that backs it up with complete talent, and that's what we need right now. I think he's going to come in. I think he's really going to help us to, if not win the Premier League, I think there's definitely a shout for Champions League, FA Cup, Carrow Cup, whatever. Really, I do think he's that good, and I think that's how much of an impact he can make. And I think he'd go on and be maybe our Sadio Mane, as I was saying earlier. So yeah, I'm very happy.
I think the thing with him, he's not. Sometimes teams, and we've done in the past, but players become flavour of the month from nowhere. They just suddenly they have 15 great games and they get signed. I think the thing with Semenyo, and I did see him a couple of times for Bristol City, and he's just been improving season on season, working hard, playing a lot of football. hasn't been getting injured a ton. He's a very strong lad, but he's just been improving. And at Bournemouth, he started well, and he's just got better playing for Bournemouth. So I think I don't think he's a flash in the pan who's going to drop off. I think he's a player who's improving, and he's showed it consistently over a long level. But he's had to work hard. He, watched a kind of YouTube about his upbringing, saying he couldn't get into academies. He ended up at kind of Bristol City, having gone about and went down on to some non-league football on loan. But he's just kept working really hard, and that's one thing that came through on everything was that he's a serious footballer, really good attitude, really works hard, and it sounds like the type of personality Pep needs. And I think the other thing people, because they think of him for his his skill and pace and things, he's actually like 6'1", and I think he was one of the highest in the stats for like aerial duels being won by white players, etc. So he will actually, United were humming and hawing about signing him as a wing back because he's actually pretty defensively strong. So I think he's going to add in the press and in the energy and the strength, the aerial ability of the team, particularly on fast breaks against us and on the wing. He's going to add an element that's going to improve us structurally, defensively, as well as the goals, because that's the other thing with him is he's scoring 1 in 3 in the Premier League, effectively. I think about 100 and something minutes. Sorry, goal every 250 minutes or something. I can't remember what the deal is, but it's he's adding a lot. He's adding a lot of things to the overall team, not just some fancy winger who's going to beat a man.
Yeah. No, definitely. It feels, I could be wrong, but it feels like there's a lot of people's attention isn't currently on us. It feels like it's on a bit of a knife edge with a certain game that's going on, which feels like it's been going on forever.
0-0.
There we go.
Right. 6 points then. 6 points.
Are we all happy?
I'll take it. It's good, but it would be nice to have won the game yesterday. But oh well.
Yeah, and I think this is my point I was making earlier. Like, the league isn't over. Anything can still happen in this league because it is so competitive. It really is. And a lot of people, a lot of pundits, a lot of opposition fans, a lot of Arsenal fans especially were going, this is a bit of foregone conclusion. Arsenal get 3 points here and move on to the next game. And especially when you look at Liverpool's lineup, they're missing some big hitters. And a few of their players. Yeah, exactly. Not a recognised striker. So I think a lot of people were expecting a foregone conclusion here. And as the Premier League can prove, actually, it can prove people wrong. It can bring up these surprise results. I was expecting a possibility that, Arsenal might clinch this at the last minute or, it'd be 1-0, because they've been able to do that of recent games. But yeah, no, they just
well, ended in a draw, Ozzy.
You what? Sorry,
I said it ended in a draw.
Yeah.
No.
It's ended in a draw. It's 0-0, which again means Arsenal are only 6 points ahead of us. So if we look at it and go, sorry, Luke.
So which really is nothing at all. Like
no, exactly, because as you said earlier, they've got to come and play us at the Etihad, and at that point, we're getting towards the end of the season, and who knows where either one, us or them, are going to be. And I would put money on us to win that home game. And then there's another banana skin somewhere in there for Arsenal. They've still got to play United. They've still got to play Chelsea. They've still, there are loads of games still to play. And again, this league is so unpredictable that anything can happen. They could have a really bad injury to and I don't wish it because that's not the kind of person I am, but they could, a Rice could be injured. A David Raya could be injured. Anything could happen. And I think we just need to calm down a little bit and not get so focused on it's over when we're only just over the halfway mark.
Anything can happen. In this league, anything can happen. So, yeah.
And I know I just want to say this, that's why you bring in January signings too, is to give you that jolt. Sometimes you need a jolt into a team.
Speaking of January signings, look at this little beauty.
Is that even real? Is that AI?
That's AI.
Real. No, it's real. He's in the building today. He's done it all.
42?
No, he's in the building. That's
done his video, done everything.
Wait, 42? Is that confirmed? He's 42?
Yeah.
Damn, I love that.
All done, dusted. It will be announced probably in the morning. But he's done. He's done. He's dusted. He's a Manchester City player. So Jamie Redknapp can kiss my smooth Mancunian bollocks.
Smooth.
With his ITK nonsense.
He's real one here. Not him.
ITK load of bollocks.
And we did mention that earlier. But yes.
Now we just need a defender.
Guehi, you reckon? Or someone else?
No, I think from everything that's been said, City are definitely pushing very hard for Guehi right now. I think from everything that's kind of been saying that Palace, especially Mike Parrish, is ready to cash in because they realise that for them they don't want to lose him on a free. Anything they can get is a bonus for them because their model is that it would be a big hit for them as a club not to get anything at all for Guehi. So I think as long as the price is right for Crystal Palace and as long as they've still got time to get some sort of replacement in, because I think they know that also their manager is also out on the way out. And I think it was very telling in his press conference after the embargo with his comments linking City to Marc Guehi. I thought that was massively telling because how often do you hear a manager talk about one of their players being linked with any club? You barely ever hear it. They normally turn around and go, I'm not making a comment apart from we want, he's our player and yes, his contract may be coming to an end, but we want to hopefully extend him. We want him to stay here forever, blah, 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 blah. But that didn't happen. And for me, that says to me that City are massively pushing this hard. Palace are open to the deal. It just comes down to the player now, ultimately, whether he feels that he wants to move to City in January. Because I don't think there are any other clubs realistically, that are going to come in Jan. Liverpool have pretty much said they're out, so they can't spend that kind of money that would possibly take to bring him in. The links with Arsenal are the biggest load of rubbish I've heard all day because, hang on a minute, like before Josko and Diaz were injured, it was where would he play? And I'm sorry, but if Arsenal have got the best two centre-backs in the league or in Europe, where does he get in there then for me? I mean, hello?
Plus they having Cappy, Mascara. What are we doing?
Exactly. Like, come on. I mean, the links are ridiculous.
Why is Rich so quiet?
6 people.
Ozzy, what have you done to him? I've never known Rich be this quiet.
This is how I manage when I'm in control, Martin.
All right. Yeah, he's managing the Instagram so well. Took hijack off it. Bloody hijack the thing. So
stop crying.
Anyway, why am I on the bottom row? It's off. What's going on here? Rich, you're not talking. You can go down.
No, I can talk now. I think on the other clubs though is that what we have to remember is that Madrid and Bayern
that's an anomaly.
They'll be talking. Madrid and Bayern will be talking to him, and they'll have agents talking to him, and they don't have to pay a transfer fee. So, you know, they can be whispering in his ear about 20 million sign-on fees and stuff like that.
No,
so that's what City
not
are
hearing
competing with.
this.
Boring.
Don't do
Boring.
that.
Boring.
I'm not having that up an Arsenal fan now after all the cheek you've been giving over the last few weeks. Don't you dare come out after having to go at your manager tonight. Don't you dare do it.
No, but it's.
But Rich, speaking on the
great.
signing on fee, I heard I seen that he wants 10 million to sign on. 10 million signing on.
Yeah. Well, he'll get double that in the summer probably. So, yeah, if City are going to have to.
Rich, can we do a loan?
pony up.
Can we get a loan out of your bank account for it?
Get a loan from our bank account. No, I mean, that can be paid over the years. I just think that's our biggest problem is that if we buy him now, that's 30 million for Palace. That's 30 million that probably doesn't go to him, or we have to overpay 30 million. So that's the question: is how much are we prepared to overpay? How important do we think it is? Is it overpay 10 million? Is it overpay 15?
It's in the back line.
Where's Ozzy gone? Are you meant to be off camera, Ozzy? Or are we just is your camera failed?
No, I'm off for a second. My camera's having.
All right, sorry, I just wanted to double check, mate. That was all. I'm not hosting tonight, Ozzy is.
I've seen our back line, the mighty Max Lane.
He did very well yesterday.
Sorted.
Right, he quit. I watched the game back. And because I did this for Sunderland and I've started doing it, I am finding it amazing. When you're at the game and you watch it back, you start seeing things you don't see at the game.
Yeah.
It's very weird. And yeah, I think Max Lane did very well. Very well.
Probably the player of the match.
I think when he got under pressure in that second half in parts, which, by the way, I'm not having to go at him. Maybe it was the back line together with the Ake Kush. Because, by the way, I thought Kushinoff was excellent.
He was brilliant.
He was my man of the match, Kushinoff. Thought Nunes was excellent. The problem is with Nunes, he had that one error in the game that everyone then talks about. And that becomes the talking point. But I thought, other than that, I thought Nunes was excellent. See, I watched the game back and I don't get all the meltdown. I think the meltdown's on the result. I think more than the performances. Because on another day, you think 22. And by the way, like Cherky plays one into Haaland. Lacey Street guy.
Should have scored. Yeah.
Don't pass it to the bloody goal.
Smash it, innit? Smash it.
But other than that, I actually thought Haaland was very good. When you watch it back, I thought Haaland was involved in a lot of the gameplay.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he always has a wrestle with that Van
Heck,
whatever his bloody name is.
Martin, do you remember the Brighton away game?
Yeah, he did the same there as well. Yeah, them two always seem to get in it. I think Haaland enjoys it though. There was one when Haaland's on the floor with him and Haaland's laughing at him and he's laughing at Haaland. I think them two just enjoy it where they're like, come on, we'll get it on. I think they just enjoy it.
Old school. Bit of old school, isn't it? Old school fighting.
Are you in the pitch black there, Ozzy?
Yeah, I'm having some issues.
Are you saving electric?
I think so.
You're saving electric.
Fair enough.
It's just rock and roll.
See, can I have me rant yet? Can I go on my rant?
Go on.
Yeah.
Oh, dear
While I'm in my ranty mood. Right. I understand.
Can we stop you?
Can do if you want. I can just do it as a separate video tomorrow if you want.
I know. Do we need to do a show of hands? You know, who wants Martin to go on a rant? Put your hand up now.
It's me then. Okay.
So
I've already had a rant. I already ranted at Ed earlier on WhatsApp, so Ed knows what's coming.
Is that why you haven't put your hand up, Ed? Is because you know what's coming and it's that bad?
Mate, I've been hearing rants. Martin knows. I've been hearing rants all day, man. I've been hearing rants all day.
If I hear another 6 hour space, a YouTube show, ranting and raving because we're not winning the league or we're not top. And listen, I am all for opinions. Listen, it's your opinion, you pay your price. But some of the, and I'm going to say this, some of the shit that has been said about Pep Guardiola today, you'd think we had some bottom feeder League One manager in charge of us. He doesn't know how
can't coach.
Can't coach. He doesn't know how to defend. He doesn't know how to get defenders coached. He doesn't know what he's doing. We're wide open all the time. He's not teaching them. Oh, that was the other one today. He's training them too hard now. It was like, footballers passed him by. It's time to go.
He's the new Wenger.
Yeah, he's the new Arsene Wenger. That was a great one I heard. He's Sir Alex Ferguson. Poor Andrew, in the comments there, has got the flu and I hope he feels better. He's sat in that space messaging me going, what the fuck is going on? I'm all
and let
for
me guess,
opinion.
Martin, a lot of this is coming from so-called City fans.
Yes.
No.
Now, listen, I'm all for opinions. And then the funny thing is, they caveat it with, well, I'm not saying I want Pep sacked.
Oh, God, always the case.
You are. And then they go, so you say, right, who do you want after Pep? It's not my job. It's not my job. If it's not your job to replace him, it's not your job to sack him.
We're just fans in the day, mate. Don't do anything else.
Oh, and then it was 4 years ago, we didn't do this. 5 years ago, we didn't do that. We know we made mistakes 3 years ago. We know.
Move on, man. For God's sake,
I mean, heaven forbid, I nearly said we're 11 unbeaten, but my God, I thought, oh, that was it. Anyone who likes Pep now is a cult. We are cult members. Cult members. So we're all going to get round a little podium and we're going to light our candles and we're going to say a little prayer to Pep. My God. Some of the drivel. And why can't we just get rid of Stones? Why can't Aki just go? What do you mean just go? Go where? Well, where'd they go in?
You got to sell them first.
You're going to Richie's house.
Someone's got to buy them, mate.
What are you going for tea?
I've got a little shed that John Stones can come and live in if he wants.
Oh, John Stones, my God. The new one now, he's been injured for 10 years.
Oh, God.
We signed him injured.
Richie's house.
He's injured all the time. I'm like, I get your anger, I get your frustrations, I get it all. And I agree with some of it in part to a point where, yes, the club do need to move on some of these players. The club know that they need to move on some of these players. Look, it's not click X going to 0 and triangle button and they're gone.
It's not this.
Not that easy. It's like I find it. I think it's people just like to moan for the sake of moaning, and yes, moan at the finishing, moan at the chances we've missed, 1000%. But it's become an echo chamber of bitch, moan, and complain.
Do you know? I'm going to be honest.
That's my thing with it.
You making that kind of comment, Martin. I touched upon it earlier when we first started. I'd seen some of the shows from some of the other content creators, and I kind of echoed what you just said. But also, I mean, so it's not all City fans. Honestly, a lot of true City fans don't think this. But just some of the online stuff, especially the online shows, the YouTube shows, whatever. We're starting some of it's just starting to sound very much like AFTV back in the day. It's like, we only made comments few months back that we were starting to sound like, United fans of old. Do we really want to go down that toxic road of Arsenal fan TV, kind of the way the Arsenal fans were at one point? Because at that point, I think I'm just going to switch off, because that's just a step too far.
It's that last night in the ground that got me, Ozza. Coming out of the ground, people are arguing because of the booing. The booing triggered people. And what it was, and I had a look, that was quite a thing. It was generally some younger people arguing with older people, calling him an old fart. They were calling him entitled. And it's like, this is not helping, guys. No. This is not helping each other.
You sure it's just because James Milner was on the pitch?
It might have been James Milner, I don't know. It was, yeah, right, you pay your money, you were right to boo, 1,000%. Pay your money, boo, cheer, whatever you want. But I think there's no context behind some of it. Because let's go back a few weeks. People were, as long as we're challenging for the title. If you go back to 90% of people, not even in the City fan base, but there was some in it, they had us third, fourth.
Yeah. Or fifth.
Now we're not challenging for the title, or we're not winning it. It's the club's finished. Sell Haaland. I'm not sure Foden deserves a new contract. Right? I get he's bad, and I get he needs to be dropped and rested, but sell. And then you go, no, I don't mean sell. Well, you do.
You just said sell.
Fine. Evening panel, evening Martin. Me and you have had this conversation before. I've told you before, it's a generational thing. That's what it is. These fans have only seen success. And that's what it is. I've always said it.
No, but the thing is, I agree.
Is it just the old versus the young? I mean, we've had this debate on this channel for a long time.
No, I don't think it is an old versus young.
Well, they haven't got the patience like we have.
I just think what doesn't help, and this is where I'm going to be a little bit critical of the club I don't think when Pep and Khaldoon and the players talk sometimes, that helps. So Khaldoon, for example, does his post-match, end of the season, he goes, we've got standards, we've got this, we're going to win everything. And then the trouble is, they don't show that in the market in the summer. And I think that's where the confusion is for some people. I think some people hear the chairman and they hear Pep and they hear some of the players and they're like, but what you're doing is not computing to what you're saying. And I think we've got to start realising that sometimes they're just talking to the camera. They're paying your lip service.
PR,
I honestly
PR.
believe that. I believe that with Khaldoon now as well. Because Khaldoon was like, wait till the summer when we buy all these amazing players. We're going to shock everyone. No, you're not. Stop. You're just putting everyone's expectations way up. By the way, the attendance last night, the building extension, excuse my language, what the fuck for?
Yeah.
Oh, God, no.
To get
it's for the Euros. It's for those type of events.
To get laughed at. That's what we're building an extension for, is it?
Yeah.
And now there are some people that the club have lost because of what they did last season. I know a few that have said they're never going back and they've stuck to it. There are some people who are not there because, and it's not, and by the way, I'm not even going to say it was a January thing because there was people giving away free tickets last night and they were turned down. I think we've got to be careful as a club as a whole and as a fan base. And this is why I've always used the word perspective. I think we've lost perspective of everything. I think we're also desperate to get back to where we were 2 years ago. That we're just desperate to get back there. We'll do anything and blame everything. And unfortunately, this is a journey. I thought we could win the league through transition. Now, we may still can. I think it's going to be a lot harder now with the injuries we've got. But you don't give it. It's only 6 points. Arsenal have dropped points. But we just keep going. Hopefully, this gives them a kick up the rear end. And they get going because 6 points is nothing. But with my concern is on the injuries, is the fixtures coming up. We've got a tough run of fixtures and our injuries are decimated.
Yeah.
If we'd have had a full set squad, I think we could have a really good shot at it. But we're going to have to really up the game now. Like the finishing. There are aspects of the game that need improving 1000%. But we're too busy in this blame game narrative. It's that player's fault, that coach's fault, that manager's fault, his fault. And when for me, when Manchester City were successful, it was when we were together and we were all rowing in the same direction.
Yep.
At the moment, we're too busy slagging people off on YouTube, slagging this guy off. It's that guy's fault. You're a cult. You're a leader. You're policing the fans. You're doing this. We've become like Arsenal fans, and I don't understand it.
Yeah. Well, Martin, after game yesterday, I saw creators
Rant
on Twitter.
over.
Well, no, Martin, yesterday on Twitter, right, I saw creators that we both know fighting and messaging each other. It was mad yesterday. How toxic it was over a draw. It's crazy.
Hi everyone. Like,
Evening,
I
mate.
would
How's it
say,
going?
yeah, I would say, can you hear me properly? Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, good at you.
Yeah. Hello everyone. So I think you are right in saying that. I think people are like making things too over the top these days. Like I am disappointed for 3 draws in a row, but like as you're saying, people are saying Pep is finished, and then saying Pep shouldn't be sacked. Then Haaland isn't playing well. We know how he isn't playing well, but you can't go over the top saying he's shit, he doesn't do anything if he doesn't score. So I think people are being too over the top, and I know people are, I think, frustrated that they think that we won't win the league. Like, okay, if we don't win the league, we are still in 3 other competitions. We can still win other trophies as well. So I think people are just focusing on the league right now, thinking that we are not winning the league and the season is over. Season is not over. PSG wasn't playing great first half this season last year. Then they won the Champions League. They won other trophies. We can do that as well. We are getting January signings. If not Premier League, we can still win FA Cup. We can still win Champions League as well. So rather than just saying that everything is shit, we can't win anything, we can focus on other things as well, even if we don't win the Premier League. So I think we just need to relax a bit. Injuries came the wrong time. Obviously, losing Guardiola and Diaz is a big blow to us. But if we sign a centre back, and to be honest, I think Max Elaine played really well yesterday, and I think he can help us in next couple of months before, like, until Diaz comes back. So I think we need one signing in the centre back. If not Guehi, we need at least one more player anyways. So we need a couple of signings. Just relax a bit in next couple of weeks and try to get momentum in other competitions. If not Premier League, we still got other competition to focus on. So
Oh, Doris, you're totally right. You know, if the league, if we're not going to win the league, and I still don't believe that. I still think there's a big chance.
Come on, Ozzy.
Oh no, I'm fully like I still think we can win it. 6 points is nothing. You know, we've been further back in the past when we've been at our best and still come from behind and won. So no, I'm not giving up, Governor, at all. I think when you look at it, I think we're doing amazingly well. If you really think about it, we are been decimated by injuries. We've been decimated by even more injuries now to crucial players. And I just think you look at a team like Arsenal who have got pretty much 2 players for every position. Okay, that is not something you can say City have realistically got right now. You look at that bench last night, and as I said it earlier, half of them were academy. You know, they were kids. You know, so I think we're doing amazingly well to be in second and still in touching distance. I think once we get some of the players like Mamouche and Aït-Nouri back from the AFCON, I think if we've already got one signing through the door. If we can get, hopefully Guehi through the door, that's immediately going to be a boost. These players, and as I always say, this manager do not count us out.
and I think the frustrating part for the last 8 days is like we should have won all the 3 games which we drew. I think that is the most frustrating thing for me, especially the game against game yesterday. We should have definitely won that. We had so many clear cut chances. We should have won against Chelsea, and we should have won against Sunderland as well. And what frustrates me as well, in last 8 days, if you see other content creators, they think that we didn't deserve to win. We definitely deserve to win. We were better in all three
Sean,
games.
I'm just going to stop you. I can't agree with you with the Chelsea. I think we should have come away with a win. But I'm going to be honest. I don't think we deserved the win against Sunderland. I thought Sunderland were brilliant, actually. They deserved the draw because I thought, in all honesty, they played really well. They played with intensity. They played with heart. And they really wanted that result. They wanted the win, obviously. But the draw for them was a win against us. You know, they haven't lost at home all this season, and that's for a very good reason. So I half agree with you.
Is that Brighton missed the easiest chance that the Premier League has this season. Like the fact Brighton did not get that second goal is almost a miracle. Like Raheem Sterling's worst miss from a metre out probably wouldn't have achieved that miss. That was just incredible. All 7 of us would have scored for Brighton just by standing there and letting it hit us.
Rich, I think what Dar should get into is if we're not creating chances, then we're in trouble. We're creating these chances and we're not putting them away.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Bernardo, Cherky and Haaland should have scored.
Haaland always goes through this, by the way. If you go through Haaland's season, he always has a little bit of we would call it a lull. Other teams would just call it normality. We call it a bit of a lull because, and I think Haaland's been a victim of his own success a little bit. Yeah, because we're used to 30, 40 goals a season, and when he scored, I mean, the thing was, he scored his 150th goal last night, and no one's mentioned it anywhere.
I know.
Yeah,
it's 150 goals in what is it?
Under the radar.
150 goals in 173.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, and the trouble is, like today, there was some guy on Twitter, is it Transfer Central or something? Resca's taking over at City and his plan is to bring Cole Palmer in. And people believe this. And they run with it. Jamie Redknapp last night, I had people ringing me up. We fucked it up. We've done it again. We fucked it. See, you've messed all this up again. He's having his medical in the morning. What are you on about?
No. I said earlier, his plane that was chartered by City was going to divert course and land in Liverpool behind.
Oh, was it meant to land in John Lennon? Is that what it was?
That's what.
It's like,
but guys, I just don't want this to. I just don't, because now all the pressure is going to fall to Semenyo. A lot of the fans are going to be like watching his every attempt so much because of what's going on now, and they're not going to allow him to like just bed in and get accustomed to the team and everything like that. And they're going to be analyzing every performance he's on the pitch now. So.
But the thing is, Ed, is that I think he's a brilliant player. And I think he's one of the ultimate professionals. That's the level of skew when you come into a big club. No offense to Bournemouth, but he's taking that step up where he will be scrutinised. I mean, that happens with every player, whether that's going to City, Arsenal, Liverpool, United. You're going to get that level of scrutiny no matter where you go, and you have to be able to handle it. And I'm sure he will. I think he's we've said it already, he's a very down to earth, he's very humble, but he's a very hard worker. And I have no doubts he'll settle in very quickly and he'll start showing up on the pitch because he knows what the Premier League's about. He knows the pressures. It's going to be more pressure, no doubt. But I think he
could have done with him last night when he scored that last minute winner for Bournemouth.
Yeah.
And I think we were all thinking the same thing, Martin. I think a lot of people were saying, why on earth did City not get him through the door quicker?
Honestly, I messaged Martin that last night. Hindsight, should we have paid the money up front just to get him in for this?
No, because this is the problem. City, this is why I'm trying to get in touch with Stefan about this. I want to do a show about this because everyone just think you can just pay the money up front and pay money here and pay money there. And I'm really looking forward to that show. I'll get Rich on for it because Rich likes to.
But you know, with Semenyo, it shows what kind of a character he is, because usually when things happen like this with transfers, some players down tools, don't they? And he's played right to the end. Do you know what I mean?
If he got injured, he knew that his transfer would be off. So it was a big risk from him. He played well. He scored. So he should be fit for us. Like, if not for this weekend, at least for the next game, he should be fit for us to start. And he doesn't have any excuse as well. Like, because he is fit, he is playing regularly for Bournemouth, and he will get his chances because we don't have much players in our winger position anyways. So he'll get his chances. He is fit. So hopefully we get to see some goals from wingers as well in coming weeks and like start to win more games. So yeah.
I tell you, one of the big things I like about him is that not only is he last night he's a last minute scorer, but he's also scored against some of the big clubs. He scored against Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea. You know, the list, he scored against the big hits. He's scored in some big games. Do you know what I mean? Especially when the pressure's on. So, yeah. Sorry, mate. Go ahead.
No, I was watching a podcast he was on with. I think someone interviewed him about a couple of years ago, and he was sort of it was commenting on Haaland saying how much he sort of respects him and that he speaks very well. Like he's not arrogant at all. I think he's a very he understands how good he actually is. But he's like De Bruyne. Like he's got like his own comfortable with how good he is, but he's not arrogant about it. Like he's very much a player. I think that's probably right for our squad. He'll come in and sort of be a good character. I think he'll sort of settle in really well. So I think he's definitely be a big help for us as well. Especially now as well.
I bet say you've just invested in about 100 new towels. Are they going to strategically place around the edge of the ball?
Yeah.
Can I just do these super chats on there just while they're here?
Yeah, of course.
Masson, thank you for your £2. Why is Liverpool giving us hope? For fuck's sake, we fight on.
Yeah. It's the hope that kills you. It's the hope that kills you.
FIFA. The only trouble is, I'm going to have a meltdown again next week. Yeah. FIFA, thank you, mate. We are winning quad and we'll win 7-0 this season. I like your optimism. And your channel has gifted you 5 memberships. So if you've got them, well done. Congratulations. Carry on. Well, would you play Semenyo at the weekend?
No.
I was going to say, is he available?
I won't start him.
He'll be available.
Yeah.
Off the bench.
I think off the bench. Yeah, I agree. I think he does need to come off the bench. He does need to play a game before the derby. For
Newcastle away as well.
Newcastle. Yeah, I keep forgetting about Newcastle. But the problem is, like I said, you're going to have to look at the bench last night, and we didn't have a lot of options coming off that bench to make a difference. We now have him, but you also, like we've mentioned, the players that were played last night, they just need a rest.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, sorry, Oz, but I've had this argument, sort of debate with Martin. No, he's shaking his head.
I knew where this was going.
I know that.
On,
I mean, I've said this before. Like I know you've got a bench. You've got a bench. You've got to use it. I know these lads on the bench. There's probably not a pathway for these lads. They're never going to get in the first team. Do you know what I mean? So if you see someone like Bernardo, he's on his ass for the last 20, even 30 minutes. Plug the gap. Give these lads a go. They're young and fit. Rotate players. I know Pep likes his favourites, but he's ruining his favourites. He's running them into the ground. You've got to give them a break. I mean, now they've got a break now. But, I mean, the last 3 games, we all seen it. There was a few that were on the knees. Use the bench. And just you're plugging a gap for 15, 20 minutes. Not a full game. Do you know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean. Good.
Use the bench.
I certainly get your point. I think the argument obviously would have been that, let's just say he puts one of the academy kids out on that first 11, you know, and it would be And then if we lose the game, it's all that pressure then goes on that academy pledge, because if you
can't
make
win.
a mistake, no, you can't. You really can't when it comes to big games. If we'd have lost that game, last night, it would have been meltdown even more than it already feels like it would have been. So, but I think what will happen is come the extra game, I think you will see heavy rotation with a lot of academy kids. And even Pep has said himself that in previous years, since he's been at City, he hasn't really brought any of the academy kids through. Yeah, there's been the exceptions, the Ricos and the O'Reillys and stuff like that, but he really hasn't utilised when he should have. And then we've got a lot of quality, and we've got a lot of quality coming through the academy. Again, it felt like it dried up, a couple of seasons ago, but now there are some brilliant academy kids there that are screaming out for a chance, and I want to see them play. And I think Exeter is going to be a good chance for them because I really think with the injuries we've got, with some of the players needing a rest, I think it's a good opportunity. I just feel like go for it, because if we lose, we lose. All right, I'm not going to have a meltdown. I'm going to be like, fair enough. We move on to the next game. I want to prioritise the league a little bit more. And if we go out the next round of one of the cups, then we do. Do you know what I mean? But I think we've got to prioritise, and we've got to give some players a rest. And I want to see some of the academy kids given a chance as well.
If we've got this small squad mentality and we're playing 3 games a week, you've got to use it all. Do you know what I mean? You can't just have the favourites on all the time. Little cameos, for example, was Max, who came in, all right, full game, but little Charlie Gray, when he came on, all the passes are clean. I know he wasn't on for long. They can do a job. They can play.
Yeah.
It shows you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it definitely does. And I just think with the amount of injuries we've got and the players we're at the AFCON, it's time that we utilise some of the academy going forward.
Yeah. Should do.
Yeah.
We're sticking there. We're in a sticky situation at the moment. It comes down to Pep with the man management. That's all it is. And then we just got keep going until it's mathematically impossible. We're in there.
Yeah. I think as well, I was just thinking, you look at the injuries we've currently got. Okay, we've got obviously both of our centre backs that are out, Josko and Diaz, which are massive misses. But we also forget, like I mentioned earlier when at the start of the show, Kovacic is out. I mean, that's a big miss. He's a great central midfielder for us that has played, but I don't think we'll see him in a City shirt again, if I'm being honest. Bob, a lot of hopes were on Bob. I mean, I think too much hopes were on Bob, if I'm honest, because for me, this was his first proper full season as an actual starting member of the squad. And I think a lot of pressure was put on him, and he hasn't fulfilled like we all would have hoped. But I think some of that has come down to self-confidence and possibly injury. But for me, he was never, I definitely wasn't going, he's going to be amazing and brilliant and he's going to be starting every week. I just expected him to be coming on every now and again for those games and showing what the quality he's got. Savio is probably the big disappointment here, if we're being honest. Now, I know we've talked about it several times, but I just haven't seen enough. And I know Martin's going to go, he's young, and I agree he's young and blah, blah, but I don't think he's progressed since we signed him, really. And that's sad to say, but I just don't think he has. I haven't seen enough. So when you're talking about, the players that we feel we need more from to create more and to produce more and to produce more goals, if we're not getting that and they're not around, where is it going to come from? Because again, you look at that bench. Last night, where was it going to come from? Cherky, who was also needing a rest. Was anyone really thinking Rico Lewis was going to pull something out of the bag? We then had to bring on O'Reilly.
I've got news.
I think Cherky's just try to do too much still. It should go back to what Pep said. Just do the simple things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, definitely. Go on, Mike. What were you going to say? Mr. ITK.
I love the way everyone comes around to my thinking eventually. It takes them a few weeks, but they get there. They get there eventually. They get there. They do get there. No, I think Rico wants to go on loan. He's told the club that now. He wants to go. And this is the problem, is people want to play. And I know people say about rotation and everything else. When at the start of the season we had a full squad, he was leaving players at home.
Yeah.
We forget that. Oscar Bob and that were being left at home. Injuries have cost us that. Do I think, you bet on Sabio? I do think the criticism's been a bit over the top with him. As I think the criticism, see, it's like Doku now. Let's go back a month. Everyone was, Doku's here, he's amazing. And now everyone's gone back to Doku's crap again and don't know what he's doing. And this is I don't know what people are wanting from players anymore. Are they wanting goals? Are they wanting assists? Are they wanting a performance? I don't know. Because I said this last night, stats are so misleading now. I agree, Foden needs a rest, but Foden's actually created our best chances.
Foden's just tired. He's just tired.
Cherky's up there as well. It's just, people just got to. It's the A to Z stuff that I don't understand. They're either shit or they're amazing.
Yeah.
There's never an in between anymore. Everyone's great or the crap. I think will Sabio probably make it? He might not. But I actually think he was doing well coming off the bench. I keep saying it. People going about they wanted changes, they wanted rotation. Well, we made changes against Sunderland, and everyone moaned about the changes. So Pep's damned if he does and damned if he doesn't anymore, because he rotates the team and people. Why is Ake in? Why is Semenyo in? Because that's all we've got.
There's nothing else.
Unless you're Chuck and McKay doing, you saw where that went last season with it. Yeah. Everyone wanted McAtee in, and he's just pissed off to France now. Forest don't even want him.
Yeah, that move was bad.
But we're also a team of. We're in a transition period though as well, Martin. I think we forget that we're still going through a rebuild. We've still got players that are now considered too old, over the hill. They need to leave.
They won't leave.
Yeah, so you look at the likes of Ake, Stones, Bernardo Silva. Nunes you could put in there as a player that people didn't think was good enough. And it's hang on a minute. We've still got some of those old guard that have been there and done it and won it for us. But yes, the club has made mistakes over the last couple of seasons where they bought and replaced some of these players like they should have done. We know all about that, but we're in this position right now and we've just got to deal with it. I think we're dealing with it really well, if I'm honest. We're second in the league.
Viana's doing miracles at the minute.
Yes. I think since he's come in, I think he's been a breath of fresh air. Because I think if we're honest, I think if it's still been cheeky, I don't think we possibly would have made the amount of signings we did last January, let alone the signings we're going to make this January, possibly. I don't think he'd have done it. I think Pep would have turned around and gone, I'll find a way like I always do. And he might have done, but in all honesty, I'm not complaining that Viano's actually turned around and gone, actually, no, Pep, I'm going to get you this player. And you're going to, use him. And I think Pep is now starting to feel that I think some of the players that the old true and trusted, and he said it himself. You only have to look at the comments he made at the press conference about Ake, especially Stones, when he turned around and said, I honestly don't know what's wrong with Stones, which was a massive worry because you were just thinking, we know how much he loves Stones. We know how much he wants to play him as much as he can. But sadly, his injuries are, and he couldn't even tell us what the injury was. I don't even think maybe Stones knows what the injury is.
Apparently he's got that malatus flacius or something, that where he has pain on his heel. every time he puts weight onto his heel. But like last night, the only subs he brought on, the only subs he brought on were Cherky, Rodri, and Rico. He brought on 4 subs. Nico Ryler, Rico, he brought them 3 together. So Cherky, Lewis, O'Reilly, and Rodri.
4 subs, yeah.
They were the other than that. Who are you bringing on? Mikasa, Mifuna, Mikado, Regan Esker.
What's going to be a shame is in the summer, when some of these players are going to leave, they're not going to get a send-off, are they?
No.
It's all going to be done pre-season and, they're just going to go.
No, it's not just that, Governor. The way they're going to get kicked out the door, they're not going to get... The way Pep's go, I mean, Pep's different because I think at the game, Pep will get that love. I'll be honest with you, why I love going away games more now. Because the away fans are just so
brilliant.
Out. They're just, I said plenty of facilities. Thank you, Steve. The problem is the away fans will sing Guardiola's name in every player's name. It's like I said, Semenyo, when you're at an away game, gets standing ovations. People are backing him.
Yeah. Just before you carry on, Martin, Richard's just saying that he's got to leave soon. So, Rich, you've been very quiet tonight. I'm sorry.
Maybe the cricket.
I don't know how we've kept us so quiet.
Traumatized by Potts' bowling. Yeah, that could be it.
So, Rich, the floor is yours. I'd love a little rant before you go.
A quick rant. Okay, well, everyone, cheer up. 3 draws against the world champions, against the team who were unbeaten at home, and against Brighton, who beat us early in the season. A brilliant debut from a 20-year-old kid. One of our greatest players ever to come back from an injury and look good when we never thought he was going to come. We've signed one of the best players in the Premier League. He'll be available tomorrow, and we're still only 6 points behind Arsenal with a home game to come. It really isn't meltdown time. It's time to sit back, strap in, and enjoy the ride through the end of the season, where we're still going to win all 4. I remain confident. So come on, cheer up. None of this nonsense. None of this fighting amongst yourselves. None of this being the first person to write off a player being good. It isn't clever to write Semenyo off 5 minutes into his debut. It's just silly. So come on, cheer up. Enjoy it. Happy New Year. Rant over.
Well said, Rich.
Love it. Love it.
Love it.
Rich.
See you all soon.
Yeah, brilliant. We'll catch you soon, mate.
Yeah, I'll have to find out if I can watch Exeter or not.
Oh, Rich. Prediction.
Are we doing FA Cup as well? So I thought it was only Premier League. And my prediction, I think 2-0 to City, Manchester City.
Yes, Martin, he said 2-0.
It's still a win. We're going through. Don't really care.
You're on mute, I think. Are you?
No, I'm not. I'm just shocked.
He's just
He's shocked.
We're going to play a lot of children.
Whoa.
Be like Leighton Orient last year.
No, I'm here. I'm just 1-0.
Oh no! Oh god! It's 1-0. That was 1-0. Oh my god!
We're not going to be doing a Grimfair. No way.
If that happens at home, I'm on Twitter.
Yeah, you don't want to be on Twitter if that happens.
No, I'm off.
No.
If we only win 1-0 on Saturday, I'm going to another country for a few months.
I'll join you, Martin. I'll join you in that one.
Oh dear, oh dear.
No, don't do this. It's the magic of the FA Cup. Don't give me that dash all of a sudden. Don't start that, because last season there was none of the magic, and now there's magic in the air for Exeter.
Oh dear.
Oh, Steve, not on pens.
Knowing our luck, like Steve says, we'll draw it and have to go to penalties. I'm like, oh,
Jesus, oh.
It's straight to penalties though, isn't it? No extra time.
I'm actually looking forward to that game. I like I was pleased when we got Exeter because because I know Exeter are going to bring a lot of fans. They're going to enjoy it. It's going to be a day out for them. There's no pressure. I mean, there will be a bloody we get beat, but I enjoy these things. This is for me a proper FA Cup side. And I'm going to sound really old. Sorry, takes it back to the 90s when we were roaming around in them. Like, here we go. But back to my heritage. Exeter, by the way, have asked City for more money from it to help them, which I think, hopefully we could do.
Yeah.
They've asked for a bit more money because legally they only have to give 45%. But they've asked for some more money to help their charities and things like that for them. So I hope City do the right thing on that. Can I just say one thing, Oz, before you carry on? I didn't get to say it yesterday, which was bad of me. I just want to wish all the best to our former manager, Kevin Keegan, who's been diagnosed with stomach cancer, sadly, and thoughts and prayers for him and his family. Yeah. Keegan loved his football. Now, that was rock and roll football. That was rock and roll football. That was you score 3, we score 5, and that was great. Right. So I hope to God he does get better and wish him all the best.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, is it a sellout as well? Jesus.
Wow. Okay.
Don't shock me, Andrew.
Do you expect heavy rotation then, Martin? Is that why?
Yes, I'm expecting. I'm expecting. I think Trafford will play. I think Rico will play. The intriguing one, I do think he'll give Semenyo a debut.
How about Sangare? Will you give him a chance?
No, because I think he'd have been on the bench. Probably.
Does Huzanov play, or does he go Mufuni?
I think he's got Mufuna.
Yeah, I think I do think that some of the Canley kids will play.
Yeah, it is actually sold out. Jesus.
Because McAdoo.
Wow.
Charlie Gray?
Tickets for Bordeaux Glint. Submit. Oh, there ain't. Oh, no, there was. There was 2 that come available. Jesus. No, I am. I don't think it'll be all kids.
No. Yeah,
it will be mixed.
Win the game first, so.
Nico G.
What do we mean by kids?
Academy kids is what I'm thinking.
So, like the bench, I'm expecting James Trafford in there.
I expect Heskey brothers to play.
Rico.
Rico.
Yeah.
What was the? Let me have a look at the Carabao Cup.
I think most of the bench would be first team players.
No.
Rico Mafuni, Elaine. Who's back up left back? We're going for a what? Ake left back? I mean,
I think O'Reilly will play because Ake played the last game. So
Nori's not.
Yeah.
Back here, is he?
All right. Can I chuck one out at you? Don't scream at me now.
Oh God.
Phillips. Say this name. Don't all trigger at me.
Phillips.
Yeah. Someone's on 150 grand a week. Do we give him a run out?
Surely
maybe. Earn your money for once. I don't know. I'm just chucking it out.
Surely he plays. Is Exeter. If he doesn't play Exeter, then what's he doing here? Honestly.
That's right.
I don't think I remember seeing him in any of the training videos that have been out or pictures that have been out.
Well, he's saying he's still alive.
No.
This.
MIA, missing in action.
Did someone say he was injured?
Has anyone said? I thought he was injured. I thought weeks back Pepper said he was injured. So that's what I'm saying.
Saying that, I'm just looking at the Carabao Cup game. This was the lineup: Trafford, Ake, Stones, Lewis, O'Reilly, Nunes, Nico Gonzalez, Phil Foden, Semenyo, Oscar Bob. Because again, does he use this to give Rodri minutes to come back?
He might.
Yeah.
Give Rodri 45 for fitness.
Nico G or someone out on the bench. Someone out.
I know.
Yeah, You've just got to watch these tackles, though. You know what I mean? Just in case for these
Ex-players,
teams.
League One players, yeah.
Yeah, they are known for
I'm just thinking of his match fitness. Just let him have a, couple minutes in the legs.
Can I just say about these players, like the likes of Phillips and that? I think these are hangers on. I think they should just cut the losses and pay them out. Pay these players out and get rid. What's the point in drip feeding them all the time and not playing them?
Because it goes
Cut
on your
your losses, pay them out.
Goes on your PSR in one lump. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the.
Otherwise, it'd be going arrow.
And Calvin's still got 2 years.
No, I think
apparently he does.
Last year. No, I'm pretty sure this is last year.
No, it was 5 year. I think it was 5 year deal. It was a 5-year deal. I think he signed.
Yeah, but it's been.
So 2027, Calvin will still be here.
I'm pretty sure he's on his last year now.
I'll tell you.
Can't Phillips play in the EDS?
No.
What'd you say, Martin?
Yes, I'm playing with
2027.
Bloody hell.
So, yeah, so he's on his last year.
Still here.
Yeah, he's got 18 months. It's July. He's got 18 months.
Yeah.
So 18 months at 150 grand a week is
new deal.
He's on 7. So you're looking about 12 million quid to get him off the books.
Yeah. I mean, you can, but it's all about balancing the books, isn't it? Really, you know what I mean? That's why, probably.
But there will be. I mean, there will be a lot of players leaving come the summer. Do you know what I mean? You know, and I'm not talking about Canford so much. You know, it's like who's realistically coming for him, but you know, there is a chance that someone's going to come in for Ake. There's Ortega as well. There's rumours that he actually might go in Jan.
Yeah, Ortega will go this month.
There are players that are still here that, you know, Kovacic. Now, if he is able to, you know, come back and be able to play, he can go somewhere. I'm more than sure. I don't think he'll stay at City, but I think
he's due back February, March.
You say this, Martin, but in all honesty, from his injury, it's
that's where he's at the moment.
Yeah,
you say that about Oscar Bob, the trouble with Oscar Bob, Dortmund have seen the numbers involved in it, and I've got a little bit edgy on it.
Yeah.
But I know Leipzig are also interested in Bob. I do think Bob will go out this month.
Could we offer it? I heard he might be in the Palace. He might be offered a Palace.
Grealish, by the way, Everton want to make Grealish permanent now. That's
okay.
They want to make that permanent. Stefan should go out. See, Nunes is till 2028, I believe.
Wow. So far, so good for him.
No, according to this, it's June 30th, 2028 is Calvin Phillips. What? Don't tell me, dog. Please don't tell me it's 2028, please.
Can't be. Unbelievable.
No.
Calvin staying 2 more years.
No, that can't be right, please.
What the?
Yeah, 2028. He's 2028.
Unbelievable.
What were we thinking? Give him a
There, Governor, that's why you're not paying him out, because you're at about 25 million to pay him out the door, mate.
Martin, I agree what you're saying. You know, when we get these players in and we put them on these certain contracts, we're getting them in their prime and we're getting the best out of them. And then it's the back end where all this trouble is, in it, really. But we do get the best out of the players.
Well, we're giving Semenyo a 5+1. Semenyo's getting a 6-year deal.
Yeah, but with Semenyo at least it's a bit more, you know.
The thing is, though, if we're being brutally honest, again with Calvin Phillips, go back to when we first signed him, we all thought it was a brilliant deal. I don't think there was anyone who thought it was a bad deal.
Thought we'd stole him.
Yeah, we did, because, you know, we got him for just over 40 million from Leeds.
And
you know, Leeds were looking at 50, 60 plus.
It was a great deal.
You know, and he was playing for England at that time. He was England's best player at that time. You know, so we look at it now and we kind of go, yeah, it's bad now, but realistic at the time, we all thought it was a brilliant deal. It didn't work out. That's just the way it goes with some players. We look at
biggest step up.
I always think it came back to when you remember when Pep. Well, I was going to say called him fat, but like he's made a comment about his weight or something, didn't he? And I have a funny feeling since that. I think mentally he hasn't recovered a bit.
No, but Luke, when it comes to that thing, Pep has that with every single player.
Yeah.
He has a strict weight on the players. I mean, that was only made fun out of like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it's nothing new, but it is a strict rule that he has. And I think, the whole thing in being seriously overweight was just, a joke. It was not. I think, as Governor said, it was just too much of a step up for him. And he never showed the quality and what we needed, and Pep saw it immediately, pretty much, because he barely featured when he first joined.
But he has gone on a couple of loans and he didn't do anything for them as well. Like, it's not that he's not Man City level, he's not playing any level. So I think that is why he's nowhere. No one knows where he is, because I don't think even he wants to play anymore. Like, it feels like he doesn't care. I think that's the problem.
I think don't care. I think that may be a bit harsh because we don't know. At the same time, we don't know mentally where he's at. I mean, to go from Leeds to then get this big money move, it hasn't worked out. He's gone on 2 different loans, if I'm remembering rightly. They've not worked out. You can only imagine. Probably he's pretty much in his boots. Probably with he's probably feeling like I was on such a big high, and now my career is pretty much over. When it was only halfway. What was he? 25, near 26 when he first joined us.
Prime.
Yeah, exactly. So it sadly hasn't worked out. And going back, Greaves was the same. We all thought that was we all thought it was overpriced, but at the time it was what Villa wanted and what Villa were demanding for, and he felt he was worth the money. And some would say we won the treble with him, and after that he went off the boil. But we're not the only club that have signed these type of players. There are, and I think, in all honesty, I think there are other clubs, especially in this league, that have made worse signings and continue to make worse signings than City do. So I think we are pretty good when it comes to signings. There aren't that many duds.
That's it, yeah.
But I think there's a level, like other players have gone to other loans and did fine. Like Grealish is playing so well that Everton wants to sign him on a permanent. Cancelo had to leave, and like he is doing somewhere. Like he is going one club, then he's going to the other
Barcelona,
club.
Apparently.
But he's doing something. Like no one knows about Calvin Phillips. Like that is my point. Like at least try to do something. So.
Yeah. Wow.
He's never been asked the question, has he, really, Pep, in interviews about him, really?
Even media doesn't care. Even media doesn't care anymore.
No, I mean, lately,
Sorry, I was just watching the Martinelli stuff. What a scumbag!
Yeah, so he was pushing the Bradley. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what that is.
Honestly, right? If we do win,
it was bad, that wasn't it? It might certainly
he was found injured, and he's gone over to him, had a go at him, and then bounced the ball off him.
If we do win this,
and then pushed him away.
By the way, he was
and he pushed him over as well.
And then pushed him as well. Yeah,
pushed him off the field.
Trying to get him off the field,
And you know what annoys me in these situations as well? When Konate came and pushed him, both get a yellow card. Like in that scenario, Martinelli should get 2 yellow cards. Like, why are you just giving that player 1 yellow card for doing so many things? And then when the other player comes towards him, you're giving yellow card to him as well. Like, how does it fair that both get the equal punishment? So I think
you mentioned that, Dash.
Yeah.
I mean, I going back to last night's game, and I want to make this an overall kind of picture, because it seems to have been, especially over the last few games, the officiating has just been awful. Like the referees, I mean, the referee last night, I mean, what was he doing? I mean, I've never seen such bad officiating in this league. I mean, it just seems like they're really having to, over rely on VAR to make a decision for them. You know, they're not the amount of. We've had 2 big injuries because the referees have just not called, you know, a halt to it and stopped. You know, the amount of fouls, the amount of actual, literal wrestling was going on last night, and has been going on over the last few games that we seem to have played. Where I do not understand how it's got this bad. I really don't.
You know what, Rich? Saying that, Ozzy, I watched the Chelsea game back, right? And you should have seen this sneaky, nasty tackles Chelsea was doing on players' ankles. I was watching it back and I thought, oh, they got away with this. You
They
know,
were doing it against us, Governor, when we played them. They were playing really, really dirty, and they were getting away with it.
yeah, couldn't believe it.
It's not. I'm not just making excuses here. The referee. We didn't draw the game because of the referee last night. You know, and we haven't drawn the games before that because of the referee. But it's just, and it's not just happening to us. Like you said, the game with Chelsea last night. You know, it seems across the league that referees have just been pretty poor standards. It's just, it annoys me.
Yeah.
It's getting
Even that
bad.
Doku, when Doku, we got the penalty. Like, why did they take so long looking at that tackle on VAR? It shouldn't have gone to VAR. But how many times did they replay that? I mean,
he was right in front of it, Governor. He was literally looking at it like in real time. And I'm sorry, but even all of us who were watching it either on TV or in the stands could see it was a penalty.
Oh, even tonight though, was it Verts got fouled in the box by Trossard? Didn't look at it because I know why. They went Arsenal to win the league, didn't they? They won at Thomas, didn't they? I know it sounds a bit conspiracy, but like it's always weird how certain teams get benefits, but referees, VAR, in big games.
And with City, I don't know why. Whatever happens in a Man City match, if referee doesn't give any decision, VAR just clears it. Like they don't really see it properly. They are like on one go, it's clear, nothing to see here. Like the tackle against, I think who was it, against Rodri or Nico yesterday, or on someone else. I don't remember who was it, but the player tackled our player like straight, and the VAR didn't even look properly towards it. Like in other matches, they would have looked and looked and looked, and then might have sent the referee to see on the screen. But on against City, like it's cleared instantly. Everything gets cleared in 10 seconds. I don't know how, but I just think like that.
Yeah. No, I think we're coming to an actual end. It feels like now because we've covered a lot. But just to kind of look at wrapping up a little bit. Obviously, Arsenal, the result has gone in our way tonight because they've drawn against Liverpool, which is obviously they've lost 2 points and we're only 6 behind. And I really do feel that's not a big gap. I really feel that even with the injuries we've currently got, I think we can definitely win the next few games. And I think, you know, there's a real good chance when it comes down to crunch time, we'll have a lot of the players back from the AFCON, we'll have players back fit, and we'll have new players in, hopefully, as well. Is everyone still optimistic that we can still win the league? Does everyone still feel there's a chance that we can? Yeah. I mean, is the optimism still there from people? Because for me, I think it is. I still feel we can win it. I think it's difficult. I'm not going to lie. Like I think Arsenal are the team to beat right now. You know, you've got to respect your opposition, but I'm not counting City out.
Well, as I said yesterday on a game yesterday on my review, I said it was the finishing is what frustrates me. Our defending is perfectly fine right now. You can see goals, but it's going to happen because of the way you play. If we can get our finishing sorted out and start putting back in net more than what we do, we'll be fine. It's just that we're unbeaten. I mean, the last 2 draws were definitely disappointing because it's very frustrating because we're at home and should we win both them games. Really, I know both teams against are not bad teams, but with our chances we had in that game, it should have been 2 wins out of 2. But if we can use the lots of Semenyo, bring him into the team, start banging the goals in, then we have every right we can. 6 points is nothing. 1 draw for Arsenal, we win a game, it's 4 points. 1 loss is 3 points. It can very easily go one way or the other. So every chance still.
That's right. You know my feelings on it. I'm there all the way. It doesn't matter. We have our sticky moments. It's not even we have our ups and downs. It's not even a down. It's just a sticky moment at the moment. So I'm there all the way.
Yeah, 100%.
Dash.
For me, definitely, I would say there is a chance. Like, to be honest, I don't believe that we will win it, but obviously there's a chance. We are not too far away that we can't win the league. And also, the only thing in my mind is that okay, Arsenal drew the match against Liverpool, but I expect Arsenal to drop in these sort of games, but they are not dropping any points against, lower oppositions. I think as soon as Arsenal drops a points where I don't expect them to lose points, then I might believe more. But in last month or
We don't
so,
do that. Vibe, we're not
no,
doing that. We're not
No.
doing that,
No.
mate. Behave.
why?
Fuck
But
forward.
but I think that there's a chance, but I don't believe that this year would be ours. Honestly.
Fair enough, mate. I mean, I can understand where you're coming at. You know, it's understandable why some people feel that way, and I can respect it. I really can, because you look at it and you look at Arsenal, you look at the players they've got, you look at the form they're in. They haven't dropped a lot of points, and you've got to respect them for that. If they're gonna on and win the league, fair enough, they've been the better team, and we have to go, fair enough, but don't expect to hold on to it.
And I always say, any cups is always a bonus as well.
If we can get Guehi, we get Guehi in the next week, and we get our injuries back, and Mamouche and Ain't Nori get out of this competition, then yes, I think we've got a chance.
I'm actually praying on Nigeria to go out. I just like, please.
Oh, they're playing on Saturday, I believe. Saturday, I believe.
They're going to meet each other in the final, aren't they?
Algeria play Nigeria, and Egypt play Algeria.
Come on, Algeria, come on, please. Knock them out.
They're going to Egypt and Algeria are going to be in the final.
The Guehi thing is the thing. We can get Guehi done.
Yeah.
We've got a chance.
Yeah.
And my only thing with me is we've got to play them at the Etihad.
Yeah. We have
No,
to.
definitely.
And the thing is, this might be our sticky spot. I know everyone's raging at the minute and they're all upset and everything else. I get it. But I don't think it's as bad as people are saying. That's just me. Sorry for being happy clapper. I don't think it's as bad. I think the injuries are bad. I think the squad depth's bad, as in quality-wise. I think we've got the players. We haven't got the squad depth. I just think we can get people back. I think we can do it. And we'll see what happens. I think the rest coming up for a few is going to help. Foden badly needs a rest. I think Haaland needs a little bit of a rest.
Yeah.
O'Reilly definitely needs a rest.
Yeah.
There are players that just need a little bit of a break. And I think Exeter, Semenyo coming in will give us something that we've not got from our wing play, which will be goals and his power. And I don't know if anyone's noticed the way he knocks people off the ball is phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's got some
defensively, he's impressive as well.
And we'll just see, and then the rebuild will continue in the summer. We'll let people go. Stones will go, Aki will go, Kovacic will go. People will go in the summer, and we just move again. And it's just this rebuild was never going to get done in one window.
Oh God, no.
It was never ever going to get done in one window. There's so many people, and I know everyone wants to, like I said earlier, cancel this contract. You can't just cancel contracts. It's over 20 million quid to cancel Calvin Phillips's.
Yeah, no.
Can't you do that? It's not that easy. I wish you could, but we can't.
It's not my money.
Well, exactly. It's not my money. I know. I get it. I just think we need a little bit of feel-good factor back in the club.
We do, yeah. A big win.
We need
Tell you
that
what,
feel-good.
a big win at United will definitely get the fire going again for sure. Definitely.
That's why I want the Carabao Cup, Luke. I want the Carabao Cup to get the feel-good factor back in.
Trophy, 100%.
Let's get our trophy and let's get motoring.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to say this and then I'll shut up. If Arsenal allow us to win this league, in this situation.
It's going to be like.
I'm telling you now. No, we're not. There'll be no defenders departing now and shit. Nobody defenders leaving now.
No, definitely not. No, can't afford it.
The simple fact is, if we win this league in this situation, my God, I don't ever want to wear Arteta and Pep comparisons ever again.
That Egal cooking will be generational.
I don't want to wear it. I don't want to wear it.
It's going to be funny.
At the end of the day, we've been in worse situations and we've come back from it. There's a long way to go. We'll see. Do I think Arsenal are favourites? 1,000%. You know, Andrew makes a great point. We get the 115 situation done this month, maybe. See, you know, this month or in a few weeks. Let's get the positivity going. And I'm sorry people won't like the happy clappy shit, but we are going to back the club on this channel. And we're not in for the blame game. We're not going to blame everyone. You want to blame Pep and everyone else, and you want to get Maresca in. Maresca in. The fuck is this?
Maresca.
Jesus,
man.
Because I'll tell you what, I will end it on this. People will realise what Pep brings to this football club. Pep ain't here no more.
Oh, yeah.
Because when he's not here, you'll all be begging for him to be here. Trust me.
When he does go right, I'm kind of thinking, look, I'm going to give the next guy a lot of time because he's going to fucking need it. Because anyone getting RC with the manager after whoever comes after Pep, it's the biggest shoes to fill ever. The shoes he's going to be filling is ridiculous. The next guy. So,
well, let's be fair, Luke. We only have to look across the road and saw what happened when Ferguson left United. I'm not saying I think that's as bad as we will find ourselves in, because I think unlike United, you know, we've got a competent lot, you know, behind the scenes who are running the club really well and have plans for not only the next couple of years but for the next 10, 20 years. Do you know what I mean? They have got irons in the fire already. They pretty much know they've got a list of not only players they want to bring in this summer, but players are looking to bring in the summer after that. And they will be looking at managers across Europe, the world, but, you know, mainly Europe, when it comes to the next manager. There'll already be a shortlist of managers. And some of those managers will be managers that are quality. Some will be up and coming, you know. But it doesn't matter who walks through that door as the new manager when Pep finally goes. They're never going to be Pep.
No.
As Martin said, some people will not realise when Pep leaves how much we will miss him. Because in all honesty, we would have not won half the things we've won without that manager at the helm of this club.
What's this? I will never forgive Foden and Haaland for what they did. The vibe, you need to go and touch grass, mate, or something.
Give your head a
You're taking football
seriously, mate. Football isn't that deep. It never is deep ever. If it's that deep for you, then you need to go and get another hobby. Sorry.
As we always said, as Martin said, you know, we are called happy clappers a lot on this channel, but we will.
I'm the president.
Give out.
Signing up, everyone.
We will give out constructive criticism when it's due, and we will call Pep out when we think he's done something wrong. We will especially call the club out when they've done something wrong. We do it especially when it comes to ticketing, when it comes to the way they treat some of the fans. We call it out. But what we're not going to do is throw the baby out with the bathwater. This is just not the way we're wired. You know, so yeah.
Sorry, wrong.
I think we have to. Hey, Ozzy, I think we have to take a step back and look at the magnitude of what Pep's done. He's changed the whole English football league in all divisions. They all want to play his football. Some teams obviously can't do it, playing out from the back and things like that. But he's done all that. He's changed the whole game. And you've got to look at that. And, you know.
I'm sorry, but when you are looking at League One and even grassroots football where you know, managers and players are trying to play the Pep way, I mean, that tells you something, how much he has changed football in this country. And a comment that we made earlier on where a lot of people were turning around and saying, you know, he's the new Arsene Wenger. because he's now starting to get to the point where, his brand of football is no longer fit for this league. I'm sorry, but he's the most adaptable manager ever. He's already changing. He changed his entire backroom staff and brought in new staff to give him fresh ideas. He brought in, Klopp's assistant manager because he recognised that he needed something different. And he wanted something new. He wanted someone to challenge him. He wanted to look at different ways of playing. So please don't tell me he's the new Arsene Wenger, because he's just not. He is. There is still the Pep way, but you can see that he's made certain tweaks. He's made certain differences, and I think he'll still continue to do that as long as he's here. He will keep adapting.
I even tried. By the way, I was coaching under 15s and I couldn't do it.
Let's up these like you lot are stinking like City's forward line last night. Come on. Get these likes up. Just quick one for tomorrow. We're back. Tomorrow, 12:15.
Who's Tone holding up?
Why do I look so small there?
To be fair, Mark.
Maybe I should have used that one. Anyway, we'll give you all the updates on Guehi and everything tomorrow. 12:15 live. We'll be back. If anyone wants to join us, they can do. You want to jump in. But come and join us tomorrow, 12:15. Ozzy, any Instagram shows coming up?
We actually had one today, Martin, that you might have missed. Me and Tone did one.
No, well, I don't get things anymore, seeing as I'm locked out of it. I don't get anything.
But yeah, we if you want to go back and check that out, me and Tone, we're only supposed to do a 15-20 minute show, and it nearly ends up being an hour, just as the way these go. But yeah, please check out the Insta. We are trying to do at least one a week over the January market.
Trust me, my other half doesn't think I need an extra 6-inch. She wants a little taken off, people. You know what I mean?
How'd you find
Martin?
Whenever I'll be invited, pardon?
Is Pat over there yet?
I don't know. Pat's just got into radio silence since he's got on his house.
Well, he said he'd be there for the Exeter game, I think, didn't he?
Yeah. He'll probably message me tomorrow.
Yeah. Next week.
So, Martin, let's wrap up with, obviously, you said the show for tomorrow. When are we thinking about doing post-match for Exeter?
The Sunday.
Okay.
I'm going out.
And then any other news for next week, or are we just going to play that by ear?
No, Blues Down Under should be back next week. Stateside. Tuesday, I'm at Newcastle, so we'll do probably Wednesday. Stateside will be Wednesday to do the post-match. There'll be Thursday night chat. Friday show again. We'll just see where we go. We'll try and give you something every day as best we can. Apart from Saturday, because I'm going out.
Got some sort of life, I suppose, Martin.
I'm going for Drinky Winker. I need it. My dad destroyed me last night, so I need a drink. This is 2 hours sleep. Oof. I was texting Ozzy at 5:30 this morning. He was ignoring me. Just rude.
Funny enough, I was asleep, Martin.
Just rude at 5 in the morning, not responding back. You know what I mean?
Remember, on a night shift, I will, mate. But
no, I'm joking. I don't expect people to. It's only the people in Australia who text me back at 5.
Yeah.
Anyway, Luke, have you got anything you want to plug, mate?
The channel we just got over 1.3k subscribers now, which is really good. Obviously pushing towards 2k this year if we can. Obviously that's the aim, but we're trying to do more content. Been a bit quiet last couple of days, but I'll probably do a show tomorrow with Bevo tomorrow. It's up for it, and we'll just chat about the game and where we are. But again, but obviously at Exeter as well on Saturday. So, and I think and there is a show with Tone coming soon as well. I've got to talk to him about when that's going to be. But yeah, so something to look forward to for sure.
I'm just seeing if there's anyone live to redirect. So I don't think there is. Don't
you're
think
doing
there's
that,
anyone
Martin.
live.
I've got to go to work anyway.
I don't think there's anyone live.
Dosh, again, mate, always a pleasure to have you on, mate. So please don't be a stranger.
Don't be a stranger.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
You're welcome, mate. And Governor, I take it you will be back on Down Under, Blues Down Under on next week.
Always available.
What to go down under?
After that, Martin.
That time in the show. My apologies.
It really is. Well, thanks for coming on, mate. And Martin, always a pleasure having you on, mate, as well. Glad you could join us.
All right, cheers. Thank you. Nice to have you back, wasn't it? Have you enjoyed your holiday?
I have. Thank you very much. Thanks for holding the fort there while I was away.
Cheeky bastard. Holding the fort. That's right. Thank you, though, Governor, Luke, everyone. Yeah, Ozzy's back now, so I might go and have a 2-week holiday.
You probably deserve it. You need it, mate.
You deserve it, Martin.
No, I'll do mine. Let's get January out the way, and then I'll see what we're doing. Why are you JSGC's?
Oh, because I shaved my beard. That's why I usually have a beard on. Yeah, I get the comments.
You and Jay be great doing. By the way, Jay, top guy. Love Jay.
Yeah, lovely guy, man. Lovely guy. Yeah.
We need to get him back on air. Love Jay. Proper down to earth. Love Jay to bits. Me and Jay have known each other a long time, and even though we don't speak as often as probably we should, top guys, so go and give him a lot of love as well as all the Blues. But guys, be nice to each other. Seen too much shit again. Let's not do last season.
We're nowhere near last season.
Be nice.
But yeah, thank you to everyone who's joined us tonight. Much appreciated. And as Martin said, please hit those likes if you enjoyed what you've witnessed tonight. And like and subscribe if you're not already. And we will see you.
I'll see you all tomorrow.
Mine will see you tomorrow with Tone, and we'll see you back at the weekend after the Exeter.
Oh, hang on. Game. Whoa. Can I just share some of these? Just before you all go. Have you seen this?
What is it?
Some of you may have seen them, some of you may not have. And these are not AI. I've not even seen these. I want to just have a look at them. Let me just get them up. Here we go. There we go. See, you never know what is AI anymore, do you? Because the technology is very dangerous. These are definitely not AI technology. So there's that one done, that one done. There you go.
Martin, they're AI, mate.
All of them.
All of them are AI.
That's definitely. I don't recognise.
That's a fan zone, though.
No, they're all AI, mate.
That looks AI to me.
All right.
Sorry.
See, I don't know what was because he was actually at the thing today. He was there doing all that.
That room's weird.
If you look at the pictures, mate, there is no way they're in summer outfits.
I was going to say
freezing.
All right, then. Yeah. Fuck all of you then. Good night. I'll shut up. Fuck all of you then. Good night.
Love, guys.
I love
Take care, guys.
Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all.
On that note, good night.
Just end the show.